Hey, welcome. Welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith. Well, Trump has got the magic, doesn't he? I'm sure that you could tell what I was going to talk about today. So you all watch the news. I have some words of, I don't know whether they're going to be wisdom or not. They're going to be words of hope and some words of admonition too against some people or to some people. I don't want to speak against people. For some people, maybe I should put it that way. A little admonition for some folks out there. Not most of you. But anyway, welcome to American Reversion. I just shot one for the other channel a minute ago, but American Reversion. And to remind you that all of these are brought to you by the Stonemont series, my books about preparing for, surviving, and rebuilding society after a total collapse. By the way, I just made one on the other channel because we have had from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Is that what it's called? I forget. Interesting that they call it NOAA, I think, even though it's spelled not like the biblical Noah. But a watch for a geomagnetic storm that could potentially affect and impact Earth here in the next few days between Wednesday the 16th, which is today, and Friday the 18th, maybe more. We're going through a solar cycle, and the 25th solar cycle, and this one, those cycles are like 11 years, and solar activity, increases, decreases, all that. This is a particularly active one, so we're getting a lot more solar storms. So if you've been having trouble with your internet or your phones, your cell phones, or anything like that, we've been having a fit with it around here. That very possibly could be why, and it looks like we're in for more. Don't know if this is going to be the big one or not, but that's what these are about. A CME hitting the earth and how to prepare for, how to survive, and how to rebuild afterwards. And there's a lot of good lessons in here if you are a person with traditional values. I know many of you have read these books already. You Stonemonters out there, which is what we call people who have read the books. If you are a person of traditional values and agree with the reversionist ideal of going back to the way things were supposed to be and should be, you'll enjoy these books. And they're available. I always put it right down here, a link to how to get them in the information section, and in a pinned comment. And I think the first one there is how to get over to our Patreon channel. By the way, thank you all who have joined us over there on Patreon. Your patronage, your support is so much appreciated. And if you want to support the channel, that's the way to do it. So anyway, you can find down there how to get to Patreon. You can find out how to buy the books either through Amazon and in paperback or Kindle, or from me directly autographed in. So however if you don't have them and you'd like them, that's the way to get them. Back to Trump. So I'm sure that a lot of you were tuned into the news last night, watching a couple of races with particular interest on Wyoming, right? Liz the Lizard Cheney up there, the daughter of the Big Lizard. Big Liz and Mini Lizard. I tell you, man, exactly what we hoped would happen did happen. And why did it happen? Why did it happen? There's one word for that, and that is two words in our initial. Donald J. Trump. Now, did he do it all? Well, a lot of it was simply the anger that was brought against her by people who realized what a treasonous, what she is, and wanted to thump her good. Well, she's gone. I'll have a word for all you Trump haters in a couple of minutes, so just hang on. Or if you've already typed in your hateful comment, that's all right. I will either spank you or ditch you. Of the 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Trump, 10 will no longer be there after November. Of the 10 of them will no longer be. All of them are gone. 4 are retiring, 6 of them got beat. I believe I'm right. If I'm wrong, if one of them sneaked through, okay, let me know about this. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think I heard that all 6 who are up for re-election got beat in the primaries. Now, why is that? That is because Donald Trump has got the magic. He has the magic. What magic am I talking about? There has not been anyone in my recollection who had the fight in him to come out against everybody that he came out about. Everybody that everyone who says they're on our side once gone after. He went after. Now, did he make some mistakes? Yeah, I think he made some foolish picks on who he had around him. Who knows? Maybe, there are some people saying he did that to expose him. I don't know. That seems pretty, 27-dimensional chess to me, but maybe it's right. He's a smart guy. So he came out after that farce, after that farce that was the last presidential election. He decided to have a plan, and he started working that plan. And a lot of people wondered, why is he supporting so many people that we think are marginal? Okay, Oz, right? Dr. Oz. Is it named Muppet, something? I don't know. Oz. Why does he support? Because Trump comes at this like a businessman. He knows that he is completely surrounded. He knows that everybody is against him. He knows that there are some people, some good Americans who are for him. All those people at the rallies, right? How's a guy who gets 15 people at a rally beat a guy who got 60,000 and a lot couldn't get in? How does that happen? We know that it doesn't, don't we? Or does it? How did it happen? I'll just put it that way, right? Or I'll be on. They'll make up another list to put me on. Excuse me. Well, he made it his business to start building an apparatus to help come back if he decides to run again. And I think he will. I've asked this before. You think he will, and do you think he should? I think he will. I think he should. And I think he must. He is the only one who has had the guts and the chutzpah and the money to come back and fight against so many of these people, speak out plainly in front of everyone about them, and try to have a positive effect for our country. This guy's got guts, and he's got something else that I won't say on here, and you know what I'm talking about. Plus, he's got smarts. Now, he not only had to fight against the Democrats, he had to fight against most of the Republicans, and he had to fight against so many people who otherwise say that they're conservatives or Republicans, but just hated him. And let me say a word to those of you who might be in that last camp. You couldn't stand Donald Trump. You wouldn't support him because of what, his mean tweets, or that he was divorced, had 3 wives, or whatever, or that he voted against, or that he supported the ban on bump stocks. That's why you wouldn't vote for him, right? That's why. Or he was a Democrat. I was a Democrat. I'm not now. Guess what? Ronald Reagan was a Democrat. Next to Trump, who I think was even greater than Reagan, and up till then I thought Reagan was the greatest. People evolve. Those of you who take shots at Tulsi Gabbard, that every time I mention her name, and I'm going to dedicate a whole nother video for her, and every time I put up something where she says, she sounds like George Washington. She says everything exactly right. I'll get somebody down here and say, well, there's questions about her, There's questions about, didn't I hear that she was with the World Economic Forum? Or somebody will come on, yes, she was what, WEF. Is that right? Okay, yes, she was. Do you know that they have taken her off of their roster? Do you know that she doesn't associate herself with those anymore? Let me ask you this. Have you evolved since you were younger? Have you grown any? Have you learned anything? Have you changed? Well, if you haven't, you go run up and look in the mirror and ask, why haven't I grown? Why do I still have the same stupid opinions that I had 20 years ago? She has grown. Okay. I heard somebody, and I'm no fan of Hannity. That guy lost me a long time ago. But I heard a lot of people complaining that she was subbing for Hannity. Hey, that's a big improvement. That is a big improvement. Well, she's just doing it to try to be sneaky. All right, smart guy. You think so? We'll see. But you won't support her just like you wouldn't support Trump, right? Well, do you know who you supported if you wouldn't support Trump? I'll take a sip and let you think about that. You supported Biden. That's right, you did. I didn't support Biden. Yeah, you did. Yes, you did, because you didn't vote against him. You didn't vote for Trump, right? You wouldn't support him because, well, I like this and that, but, well, you know one of the reasons that this country's in the mess it is in now? Because of people like that. I've been saying you and you and you. Most of you know I'm not talking to you, right? I'm talking to the couple of morons that I know are watching who are thinking like that. And sometimes I think you just got to take it to them. I think you got to talk to them instead of kind of like Trump did when he turned around and looked at Hillary on stage and said, "Because you'd be in jail." How many liked that moment, right? Well, sometimes I think you got to talk to people instead of about them. So that's what I was doing. Now, so to those people, which is hardly anybody here, who wouldn't vote for Trump, they voted for Biden by abstaining. Maybe they didn't vote for him. I misspoke. They didn't vote. They supported Biden and Obama. And what is that idiot who's our vice president? Kamala? And Merrick Garland? And they supported Klaus Schwab and George Soros and all of those people. They supported them by not voting for Donald J. Trump. Well, you know what? Trump is smarter than all of them. He's tougher than all of them. He is a bulldog that won't let go. He has his own way of doing things. I just put something up funny on the Patreon channel. It's something that Don Jr. put up, and it's a collage of Trump dancing to, what was the song? Goodbye. Na 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 na, hey, hey, goodbye, to Liz Cheney. So look, take a look at something. And by the way, see what this hat says? Keep America great. That is, we can't say that anymore. Yeah, make America great again. Back when he was running the first time, make America great again. This would, after he had improved America, and he did, unless you prefer energy dependence on our enemies for all of our medicines, for most of our technology. You see, we have a lot of people who apparently prefer that, because Biden has destroyed this country and his people, his handlers, whoever's pulling his strings, right, has taken this country way back. Worse than it was before. And there's only one guy who can bring it up again, and that's Donald Trump. So this hat doesn't mean anything anymore, because we can't keep America great, because America already got its butt kicked back down in the ditch by this moron. And everybody who either supported him or passively supported him by not supporting Trump in the last one. Wonder how many viewers, how many subscribers I will lose over. I don't care, because you know who I want as viewers and subscribers? The people who think right. The people who want America to be strong, who want the right things to happen in America. Anyway, for 24, it needs to be make America great again. Now, maybe he's already thought of that, okay? But MAGA, okay? Make America great again. There's only one guy who can do it. I love DeSantis, but DeSantis is not going to take it to him like Trump will. Okay, and when we get down the bench from DeSantis, I'm not excited about anybody. This is the time. Trump has shown that even when the whole world is against him, he still wins. Look at this phoniness with the FBI raid on it. How many of you, now again, I'm not talking to most of the people here, how many of us would stay under that and say, geez, I'm going to keep fighting? Well, to an extent, you don't have a choice. You got to keep fighting when you're attacked. But this guy has withstood more attacks than anybody I've ever seen, ever heard of, and he's still fighting for America. How about that? How about that? For somebody to be our president again. Listen, Trump had the magic, he's got the magic. I don't care what he used to be, I don't care who he used to give money to, because he was a businessman. And when you're a businessman, sometimes you just rent politicians. And he was smart. He worked in support of his business and his family. But he divorced too. Oh, shut up. Come on. You'd rather have Biden, right? You think that Biden is more superior, is morally superior to that. You think that Obama is morally superior to that. You think that Bill Clinton was morally superior to that, right? Well, no, but what? Okay. You want somebody that'll fight for America again. You want somebody, or do you prefer, 20% inflation? Do you prefer, we are in a recession. I don't care what they try to spin it at. We are in a recession. A lot of people don't feel it, but a lot of people do. It could get Jamie Dimon the other day. If you know who he was, if you don't, you ought to look him up and follow him. He broke it down to what he thought would be the percentages of the of the collapse of our economy. From mild to mild recession, medium recession, heavy recession, depression. And I'll tell you what, most of it was not mild recession. Most of it was worse than that. So you think about how things were. You compare the interest rates to now to when Trump was in. You compare the gas prices now to when Trump was in. You compare energy dependence versus independence, compared to when Trump was in to now. You compare unemployment. You compare GDP. You compare whether respect for, or at least fear of, the United States back then. You think about how people are jerking the chains of this moron right now who can't get his jacket on. Nobody pushed Trump around. He squared NATO around. Oh my gosh, what that guy did was unbelievable. With almost nobody behind him. Think what he could do if people were behind him. And so that's what I'm saying right now. A lot of us will be behind him. If you're not, you ought to think about opening your eyes and taking a look at the two possibilities in 2024. It's not going to be Biden. Jeez, they couldn't afford to put him up there. But like I said, if they put up Michelle Obama or Oprah, they would win hands down. That's how stupid most American voters are. But hopefully they won't. And if Trump can win again, now if he can run again, and he doesn't have the backing of everybody he should have, that is going to be a crying shame, and that'll be the end of America. I'll tell you right now, that will be the end of America as we know it. All right. I'm sure that a lot of you liked what I had to say, and I'm sure a lot of people got all ticked off and their panties in a wad, and they're furiously typing, telling me how horrible I am. I don't care. That's what's coming. He has shown. He has set the board. He has set the table to run the table by getting people in this next Congress that support him. And we will see what this next Congress does, because if this next Congress does not impeach Biden, oh boy, I think there's going to be problems. I think there are going to be problems. So anyway, spread this. Share this video. By the way, make sure that you're subscribed. Like it. I hear that helps. I make no bones about the fact that our intent is to build this channel, and everything you can do to help, we appreciate. If you'd like to support us, Patreon is the way to do it, and we appreciate that. But share this with people. Let them know, hey, there's a guy over here on American Reversion that thinks like we do. And comment. Participate. Contribute through your thoughts and comments, because other people can benefit from what you have to say. Okay? All right. I'm going to get back at it. Go watch that thing on Patreon. And, yeah, that dog's got something. Somebody looking over in my yard, and he doesn't like it. You all have a great day. Remember, America needs a reversion, needs you to be a part of it. Spread the word. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.